Hello, everybody. Jess Lohse with the final weekly update of 2023. It is 12/28/2023. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. And, this is kind of that in-between time period. It's a little awkward because a lot of people are on vacation or taking time off, being with their friends and family. We actually have a number of staff that are out of the office this week. So we are a little herky-jerky, but it's been able to focus on a few things, too, for those that are not taking some PTO. But first and foremost, we have a couple work anniversaries. Laura Yezik, her work anniversary is today, 3 years with us. And then Sean Shields, tomorrow is his work anniversary. So if you talk to him, Sean, I think, is out. Laura is in. But say hi. Say congratulations on 3 years with SBCA. And they came over from before, so they're very familiar with SBCA. Next week, we've got a birthday. David Kircher, our QA, one of our QA folks, he is going to be, I don't know how old he's turning, to be honest, but his birthday is the 3rd. So if you see him, talk to him, do an inspection with him, say, hey, Dave, make sure it's a really tough inspection because that's what he does, but happy birthday at the same time. Beyond that, looking to add to the team, we opened up a position this week, and I've got a few different things that I'll kind of get into this, but Director of Education is where we're going with that one. We've been long wanting to hire this position. We haven't had anybody to specifically own our education efforts, our training for those that are, professionals within our industry, education for, just the general public, for those in up and down the supply chain, really looking to, build on that effort. We've got our education committee that we're going to have that person work alongside of, but a really cool time. And, with that education focus, so there's a lot of educators that are on break. So it's a tremendous time to open up that type of position. I think we've had almost 200 applicants in about 3 days. So it's been interesting looking through resumes, putting them through the predictive index, getting an idea of who these folks are. We're starting to reach out on a number of the individuals that we want to have kind of an initial interview with, not necessarily an interview, but just kind of answer some questions, let them know that we're interested. That's one of the things that we've hired a number of positions over the 3+ years that I've been in this role. And, holiday weeks tend to be really good for getting a good applicant pool or, a large applicant pool. People, I think, are, kind of taking some time. They're looking around. They're on their phones looking at Indeed or any of the other job sites. And they're like, oh, hey, why not? So it's one of those that it kind of helps open up the door. But the other thing that I do that I like to make sure that, to make sure they convey the interest. So we try to get back within just a few hours to have the predictive index, lets us have some insights. We've got an idea of what PI we want for the position. Obviously, there's always a little ebb and flow with that. But we do, try to identify, through a series of activities of what PI we'd like to do that. So that's a very important part of it. But we want to get back to them in touch to let them know that, hey, this is a real position, that we're not going to let it go for 3 weeks and then reach back out to them. I know people that have gone through that process and they're like, if a job seeker is wanting to find a new position, they're not just going to apply to one job and wait for it. They're going to apply to several. So, we kind of have to be in competition for their attention, at least, to make sure that we've got the right candidates. And when there is a candidate that rises to the top, we want to make sure we engage them early and often. So the PI helps us do that. And then those that meet the criteria kind of aligned with the criteria that we have. And then we reach out to them and set up kind of just an introductory conversation. I'll do a Zoom with them in just a few minutes, see if they have any questions, if they understood the job description, see if I have any clarifications on the resume or something that might, be a deal breaker, which again, it's hard to tell. Every situation is a little bit different, but getting back in touch with them is really helpful for us to, establish that relationship. And from there, you can identify, okay, let's go through the little more formal process. We'll go through 2, maybe 3 virtual interviews. On a couple of occasions, I've actually traveled to them to do an interview. Did that with one of our last positions, and I think it worked out well. But it is one of those to where, it's a huge pool because we are all remote. We operate from all over the country. So you get a lot of folks that way. But then you got to be able to identify what are their characteristics, how are they going to work? Are they going to be motivated independently to where they're not going to be punching a time clock and sitting next to a cubicle. They're going to be at their own desk. So there's a lot of different things that you have to sort through that way. But it's been a fun process. We're going to be hiring a couple positions here in the next, several months. But that's one of the things that, I've been focused on this week and wanted to kind of relay some of that, our secret sauce of what we do. So really that holiday week and then getting back in touch with them and establishing that relationship early to where they know who you are and you know who they are. But beyond that, I want everybody to have a great New Year. Be safe, be fun, have a great time. I'm going to go ski. My son is really getting into skiing, so that not much snow, but I come from country where there isn't a lot of snow, so we know how to ski really well, technically anyway. So beyond that, have a great weekend, have a great time off. Happy New Year. Hopefully your football teams, your college football teams win, and we will talk to you next year. Till then, peaks up, press on, and have a great New Year. Thank you.